Hello, science lovers. Welcome to our science quiz. Test your knowledge with 50 questions across easy, normal, and hard levels. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated with more fun quizzes. Let's get started and see how much you know. What is the boiling point of water at sea level in Fahrenheit? 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or 180 degrees Fahrenheit? 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit at sea level, equivalent to 100 What is the powerhouse Celsius of the cell? Mitochondria, nucleus, or ribosome? Mitochondria. Mitochondria produce ATP, the energy currency for cellular functions. What is the most common greenhouse gas? Carbon dioxide, methane, or nitrogen? Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the most prevalent greenhouse gas contributing to global warming. What is the largest organelle in a plant cell? Vacuole, chloroplast, or nucleus? Vacuole. The vacuole stores water and nutrients, occupying most of the plant cell's volume. Which gas is essential for human respiration? Oxygen, nitrogen, or carbon monoxide? Oxygen. Oxygen is vital for cellular respiration, producing energy for the body. What is the term for a baby kangaroo? Joey, pup, or kit? Joey. A baby kangaroo is called a joey and is carried in its mother's pouch. What is the main component of steel? Iron, carbon, or aluminum? Iron. Steel is primarily composed of iron, with small amounts of carbon added. What is the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy? Photosynthesis, respiration, or combustion? Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis enables plants to produce glucose from sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. What type of blood cells fight infections? Red, white, or platelets? White. White blood cells are the body's defense against infections and diseases. What is the speed of sound in air at room temperature? 343 meters per second, 300 meters per second, or 400 meters per second? 343 meters Sound per second. Travels at approximately 343 meters per second in air at What is the smallest planet in our solar system? Mercury, Venus, or Mars? Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system, with a diameter of about 4,880 kilometers, responsible for filtering blood? Kidneys, liver, or heart? Kidneys. The kidneys filter waste and excess substances from the blood, forming urine. What is the chemical formula for table salt? NaCl, KCl, or CaCl2? NaCl. Table salt is chemically known as sodium chloride, represented as NaCl. What is the study of the relationship between organisms and their environment called? Ecology, biology, or botany? Ecology. Ecology studies the interactions between organisms and their surroundings. What type of energy is produced by moving water? Kinetic, hydro, or thermal energy? Hydro. Hydro energy, or hydropower, is derived from the movement of water, often in dams. What is the pH level of a neutral substance? 7, 5, or 9? 7. Neutral substances like pure water have a pH of 7. What is the most abundant element in the universe? Hydrogen, helium, or oxygen? Hydrogen. Hydrogen makes up about 75% of the universe's elemental mass. What is the term for a chemical reaction that releases heat? Endothermic, exothermic, or neutral? Exothermic. Hydrogen makes up about 75% of the universe's elemental mass. What is the name of the process by which water vapor turns into liquid? Condensation, evaporation, or sublimation? Condensation. Exothermic reactions release heat into the surroundings, like combustion. What type of bond is formed when atoms share electrons? Ionic, covalent, or metallic? Covalent. Condensation occurs when water vapor cools and changes into liquid form. What is the rarest naturally occurring element on Earth? Astatine, francium, or technetium? Astatine. Astatine is extremely rare, with only trace amounts naturally occurring. What is the term for the study of sound? Acoustics, optics, or kinetics? Acoustics. Acoustics is the science of sound, including its production and transmission. What is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature? Mercury, gallium, or sodium? Mercury. Mercury remains liquid at room temperature, a unique property among metals. What is the main gas in the atmosphere of Mars? Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, or oxygen? Carbon dioxide. Mars's thin atmosphere is composed primarily of carbon dioxide. What is the chemical formula for ozone? O2, O3, or O4? O3. Mars's thin atmosphere is composed primarily of carbon dioxide. What is the term for the movement of particles from high to low concentration? Osmosis, diffusion, or convection? Diffusion. Diffusion is the passive movement of particles along a concentration gradient. What is the largest volcano in the solar system? Olympus Mons, Mauna Kea, or Mount Everest? Olympus Mons. Olympus Mons, located on Mars, is the largest volcano, standing about 22 kilometers tall. What is the unit of measurement for electrical resistance? Ohm, ampere, or volt? Electrical resistance is measured in ohms, ohm symbol. What is the name of the smallest particle of light? Photon, electron, or proton? Photon. Photons are elementary particles of light with no mass. What is the most abundant metal in Earth's crust? Aluminum, iron, or calcium? Aluminum. Aluminum makes up about 8% of the Earth's crust, making it the most abundant metal. What is the term for the splitting of a nucleus into smaller parts? Nuclear fission, nuclear fusion, or radioactivity? Nuclear fission. Nuclear fission releases energy by splitting a heavy nucleus into smaller nuclei. What is the speed of light in a vacuum? 300,000 kilometers per second, 150,000 kilometers per second, or 400,000 kilometers per second? 300,000 kilometers per second. The speed of light in a vacuum is approximately 300,000 kilometers per second. What is the main element in the sun? Hydrogen, helium, or oxygen? Hydrogen. The sun is composed mainly of hydrogen, which fuels its energy production through nuclear fusion. What is the term for a scientist who studies fossils? Geologist, paleontologist, or archaeologist? Paleontologist. Paleontologists study fossils to understand the history of life on Earth. What is the name of the process that converts sugar into alcohol? Fermentation, distillation, or sublimation? Fermentation. Fermentation is a biochemical process where sugar is converted into alcohol and carbon dioxide. What is the smallest planet in our solar system by mass? Mercury, Mars, or Pluto? Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in both mass and volume in our solar system. What is the name of the scale used to measure earthquake magnitude? Richter scale, Mercalli scale, or Fujita scale? Richter scale. The Richter scale quantifies the energy released by earthquakes. What is the term for the energy stored in an object due to its position? Potential energy, kinetic energy, or mechanical energy? Potential energy. Potential energy is stored in an object when it is positioned at a height. What is the term for a group of stars that forms a recognizable pattern? Galaxy, constellation, or nebula? Constellation. Constellations are patterns of stars as observed from Earth, such as Orion and Ursa Major. What is the process by which plants release water vapor into the atmosphere? Transpiration, evaporation, or respiration? Transpiration. Transpiration occurs as water is released from plant leaves into the atmosphere. What is the most abundant greenhouse gas in Earth's atmosphere? Water vapor, carbon dioxide, or methane? Water vapor. Water vapor is the most abundant greenhouse gas, playing a major role in Earth's climate. What is the name of the force that keeps planets in orbit around the Sun? Gravity, electromagnetic force, or friction? Gravity. Gravity is the force that governs the motion of celestial bodies, keeping them in orbit. What is the term for the splitting of light into its component colors? Diffraction, dispersion, or refraction? Dispersion. Dispersion occurs when light splits into its spectrum of colors, as seen in rainbows. What is the scientific term for the water cycle? Hydrological cycle, carbon cycle, or oxygen cycle? Hydrological cycle. The hydrological cycle describes the continuous movement of water on, above, and below. What is the main purpose of chloroplasts in plant cells? Photosynthesis, respiration, or reproduction? Photosynthesis. Chloroplasts capture sunlight to produce energy through photosynthesis. What is the hottest planet in the solar system? Venus, Mercury, or Mars? Venus. Despite being further from the Sun, Venus is hotter due to its thick, greenhouse gas-filled atmosphere. What is the name of the process by which living organisms generate energy without oxygen? Anaerobic respiration, photosynthesis, or fermentation? Anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration allows cells to generate energy without oxygen, often producing
What is the term
lactic
for
acid. Material that allows electricity to flow through it easily. Conductor, insulator, or semiconductor. Conductor. Conductors, like metals, allow electric current to flow with minimal resistance. What is the scientific name for the northern lights? Aurora borealis, aurora australis, or solar flare? Aurora borealis. The northern lights, or aurora borealis, are caused by charged particles colliding with Earth's atmosphere. What is the second law of thermodynamics? Energy is conserved, entropy increases, or heat flows from cold to hot. Entropy increases. The second law states that entropy, or disorder, increases in isolated systems over time. See you next time. Goodbye.